All right, hello, this is Jared with the BWG Grudgecast once again. This is our third episode, lucky number 3. Just little housework. Once again, this is not safe for work, not safe for children, not safe for the elderly, women going through menopause, women that are pregnant,
men going through
menopause. If
It's
you're bleeding, if you're anally bleeding, generally it's not safe for anyone.
Yeah. It could give diabetes.
It's very possible to give diabetes.
It gave diabetes to Wilford Brimley.
Twice, actually. So, starting it off, to my right, I've got the voluptuous Aaron.
Hey.
Sean.
Yo.
Bill W. first time.
How's it going?
Sammy, first time.
How's it going?
Sammy.
And Brian R.
I'd like to say hello to my future self listening to this.
Perfect.
Say perfect.
Because we're the only ones listening to it.
That's right.
I've heard some things that there's some people that listen to this sometimes.
Hey man, we're gonna be on YouTube soon.
Yeah, YouTube.
YouTube
Just kind of start that off. Bill W. is going to be setting up our YouTube channel. We'll give you links to that so you can see. We're going to have battle reports on there. We'll have all kinds of different fun things. Eventually, hopefully, we'll be getting a full-on website once we become technologically savvy to do so.
Full on.
Oh, we do
Fully.
have the technological savvy. It's just
We have the technological
giving
savvy.
him
It's
the
just a matter
ideas
of-
on how to do it. We
Yeah.
just got to be able to
Exactly.
follow through with that. Sorry, Sam.
It's all good.
We're going to make you do work.
We're still eating rocks together. We're in the fucking Stone Age.
Christ.
I'm still figuring out how to get onto YouTube.
Still figuring out how to watch YouTube.
You have to put
log in.
www before
like a
it.
thing.
problem.
All right, so starting it off, recent news, new release stuff, a lot of Age of Sigmar things, which none of us probably care about. Anyone?
I'm keeping an eye on it. I mean,
Try to see what happens.
the models look very nice if you're into that look.
I can just play my Blood Angels as the humans as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
You could run that.
I've seen a lot of like community rules that have made a like, almost not necessarily a points cost, but more of
Yeah.
a balancing issue, balancing figure for it, and it actually harkens closer to War Machine and Hordes from the way they're doing it.
The issue is I think they're going to push away from points, and every group is going to claw at that rule. Nobody wants to have a game without points, and I think that's the only way they want to push it.
Yeah, it's going to make it difficult either way because it makes us have to think more about creating an army that will be fair and fun to play against another person.
It's a dick measuring contest
No,
that's going to
it's-
ensue when, well, I'm going to put this on the table and this on the table.
Well, that's
What are you
actually
gonna do?
one of the-
You're going to do this same thing.
One of the better fan rules that you and I were talking about is the uncle rule,
Yeah.
where you bring your entire army and then everyone picks a unit until someone says that's enough, I'm done. And so, I mean that works if everyone has a ton of Skaven lying around. Or
The models are cool as hell. I will say that. Like, the cast are neat, but meh. The Chaos models are actually really cool, I thought.
I like the Chaos models. Those Cornate models look.
Yeah. Also, more with that, supposedly all through August they're doing a lot of new Khorne models.
Yep. They're doing a whole Chaos push, apparently. all
Huge
August.
Chaos push through August.
Question about that, though. Can I use, I'm getting End Times models.
Yeah.
Can I use those in Age of Sigmar?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they have War Scrolls. In fact, the War Scrolls are already out for all
And
those
they're
models.
free,
Oh, wow.
which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I will say they're basically giving out codexes for free.
Although I will say that they're essentially War Machine cards in book form,
Yeah.
which I thought was weird. You're like, just put it on a card, please. No. Here's a
There's
PDF.
not as many of the like dumb, crazy rules. With
Well, we've
some
already
of the newer
covered
War Scrolls.
we're going to call that the holdover punishment rules.
Yeah. You don't buy new models; you have to look like an asshole in public. Rules, basically.
Hey, way to go with the square bases, Grandpa.
Nobody likes you anymore.
Well, that's actually talking about bases. GW just released that they're going to be selling all their bases.
And I'll reiterate, if anyone buys that, they need to be hit in the face with a tack hammer.
Stupid.
Yeah.
But, hey, they never offered them before, so
So look at all those Space Marine players that are going to want to jump up those models from
Hey,
their.
you know what?
28mm
I will say
circular
this.
bases
As
to
a
the
person
larger
who
ones.
once swapped Terminators to the large Terminator bases,
Been there.
that was stupid on my part. And
Never again.
Never once did that base ever affect any of those Terminators I ever fielded, except for the fact that the green stuff constantly failed that was holding them into the other base that I bored a giant hole out of. And so I only looked like a douche every time they fell apart.
Yeah.
But Hey, it was an experience. Life
Experience.
Live and learn.
There's no bad modeling projects.
Just bad modelers.
Yeah, exactly. We are twins.
Oh God.
But anyway, yes. So in news, they do have bases.
Yay,
Great.
bases. Thanks, G.
Buy them.
Which we've all
I
been.
don't want to tell
which
you
you've all
guys I
been buying
just bought
from me.
bases over the weekend.
You didn't buy GW bases.
I totally did.
You're an
I
awful
bought the
person.
mixed
Don't
bag
you have a
because I was like,
girlfriend? You've
I
had
need
better
things.
places to spend
I
that money.
spent $10 on a mixed bag of bases from a hobby shop in Ann Arbor,
That's
Michigan.
not the same.
square bases.
But
No, they're
that,
not.
listen,
No, they're not. They're all
that-
round bases.
that
There's
is not the
Dreadnought
same.
bases. They're Terminator bases. They're
That is
regular
not the
bases.
same as a package of 125 millimeter bases. That is 3 times the
Okay,
price.
all right. I was
you're
worried I
gonna-
was going to get crucified.
Listen,
So-
no, listen. You're buying a bag of random stuff. I'm all about this totally random bag of crap. I love it.
Yeah, man.
And so you got some square bases.
I don't have any square bases. All round. All round.
Oh well,
That's
even if they're
Dreadnought
square,
bases.
you can play Age of Sigmar on them because it doesn't matter.
Sweet.
No one
titties.
cares. You can play 40K on them,
Enjoy that
realistically.
You can
it
put them on
doesn't
bolt
fucking
action.
matter.
You could be
That's-
Jared Nyman and use those square bases as storm shields for your old school
True.
tournament.
You're damn right, and it works. I don't even care.
They do look like models holding bases.
They do look like models holding bases.
I thought they were breakdancers at first.
A little bit. I got the cardboard out.
So when you put them down, they're just holding on to the side.
We're just redoing our ceiling in our kitchen. We just have these ceiling tiles with us.
That's personal note. That joke works better when you're here. So radio is not the medium for that joke.
We can actually give this
Yeah,
podcast.
that'll be the first YouTube.
Bill,
We'll show a
and he can just
Terminator
upload it.
retiling a ceiling.
Just give me a picture of it.
There you
Yeah,
go.
We'll
picture.
just get a picture of his Terminators and we'll put it up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
that works. That
I
works.
feel so bad for Brian, the owner of the store, because of how bad his ceiling tiles are right now.
Downplay. They don't know we're in this.
We're in a cave.
I
No
see
one
him
knows.
laughing over there too.
We're in a secret underground lair.
So anyway,
Yeah,
with
we're
other
in a
new
basement.
releases,
It's in a spider hole.
with other
Oh
new
wait, no, we're
releases,
basement war
Anyway,
gamers, so we're in a
so-
basement.
sure,
actually.
sure. Other new releases since the last podcast, the Dark Angels Codex has been out since then.
True.
As a huge
Very
Dark
true.
Angel player, I'm going to bring it up because I'm an asshole like that.
I played the new Dark Angels Codex twice. I have stomped them both times.
I've won fairly well thus far with them, so I'm happy with them.
Once again, GW's writing indicates that they consider the editor position to be entirely ceremonial.
Yes.
Shouldn't have to fix your fucking rules to be able to play them, but you know.
No, yeah. You get a lot of the space marine shit. The jinking for Ravenwing is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely. There's no arguments there. Everybody
No.
thinks that that's fucking
You
heinous.
know what will house that? My Sarass Saccharon.
Well, yeah,
He won't give a shit.
yeah, that's fine.
Here's Top Pathfinders. Enjoy your non-existent jink save.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
ways to
mean
get around
anything
it.
that's gonna ignore jinking is gonna.
It's a cool rule.
Do
There's
things.
a lot of ways around it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think any of it is too ridiculously
No.
overpowered.
Yeah.
We just
I
thought
wouldn't
about it today. A Vindicare assassin inside a plasma obliterator tower.
Sure.
Fucking right.
Works.
All I hear is clicks and whistles.
Click, click, bloody click, click.
Now, I think it was nice overall. I liked a lot of the different additions. I still didn't get Sergeant Naaman, which is not going to happen.
He's dead.
I don't care.
Drop
He's
it.
still,
Leave him
Tycho's
dead.
dead too, and he's in the book.
That was
Yeah,
rewritten by the Lord of Change.
yeah. Tycho's dead too.
He's
in the
dead
book
and he's got
twice.
2
Yeah, he's got 2 profiles and he's dead. That's bullshit.
He's a scout sergeant. Nobody gives a damn about that guy.
Everybody gives a damn. Okay, one of Sean's scout sergeants killed a fucking Warhound Titan at a tournament. So, fuck you.
Yeah,
Happened.
field promotion to another unnamed scout sergeant. Good job.
Yeah, but he still killed a goddamn Warhound. That dude's got a massive skull.
Good for Sean's
on
dice
his
rolls.
Balls. You're an asshole.
I absolutely
Anyway.
am.
That was pretty much it for new releases, I think.
Well, you were talking about news, weren't you?
Well, news and new releases.
Bolt action.
Yeah.
What new
well,
releases on Bolt Action?
Sup?
Not known. No, they have the world at war.
The World at War, which is the Bolt Action campaign. I just signed up
So
with
did
my
I.
Germans.
U.S. for Marines. Yeah.
I had my second game tonight against Brian Rash.
Yeah, against the Japanese, which is very historically accurate.
Yes.
Um,
The Nazi Germans did at one point in time take care of the Japanese
We learned-
in a Russian terrain, I believe it
Yes.
was.
The good thing is that this game teaches you a lot about history. So we learned that the Japanese fought the Germans regularly in Russia, and that on the true side, it is a bad idea to run face first into assault rifles.
Yeah, that has happened.
That is bad.
Yeah.
So Jared, did you run face first?
No.
No, I had
Yeah,
assault
yes.
rifles.
So
That's cool.
for the guys that don't play, every nation has special rules.
The
The
Germans
Japanese have a special rule where they can bonsai charge at any time and they don't have to roll for it.
It's called kamikaze.
Unfortunately, the Germans invented assault rifles, which allow you to shoot people that are charging face first at you. So,
Rather effectively, too.
but we played a low point game. and
Yeah, it was fun.
It was good.
It's my second game I got to learn. I enjoyed it. I'm definitely a big fan of bolt action now. It's definitely something fun. It's going to be a fun side game for me.
I looked into the models. I like the way they look. I like how cheap the game is. Part of me just can't get into it because money, too many projects, and I don't want to play like non-historically accurate style games. I would never want to play Japanese versus Germans.
The problem is that it's not a
we're
problem.
a small group,
but
too,
I mean,
so.
it's like everything else. How many Space Marine versus Space Marine
Yeah.
battles has everyone
I think
fought?
we've got one going on behind you right now.
I'm ignoring 40K.
No, but I mean,
Oh,
you could
sorry,
do,
Dark Angels.
if you really wanted to make it fun and into it or whatever, instead of doing it actual historic, you can do alternate timeline. Like,
The good thing is that until just a few days ago, we had no other player-based army. So my Marines have fought everyone in the European front. So that's good. So we know that they did very well against
That's not
the
what
Russians.
happened?
No, but
Oh, okay.
I have shotguns, and that's
what are the what are the armies that we currently have in the group?
I think we've actually hit everything except some of the random stuff. We have a German, multiple
Germans.
couple big American players. Eric
Soviets.
now has a Soviet and a British. We have another British player.
Italian
Brian
player.
has Canadian Commonwealth. Pardon me.
Canadian.
They say a boot as they shoot. So that rhymes. See what I did?
Is there?
We did. I have Marines. I have a Japanese.
It's also a Finn player.
Yes, we have Finns. Brian also has a Japanese naval fleet, like their version of the Marines. But there's still a million things. We have no one representing any of the African theater yet.
Just about to ask that.
I will say that I did try very hard to pressure Jared into that because I want
I was
someone
really
to play
close
something
to
in the
going
African front.
Africa Corps,
We have no.
but I couldn't get assault rifles.
I don't think anyone's playing France in any form.
Because they're fucking
Nobody
French.
wants to play France for a World War II game.
We were just talking
You
about this.
lose.
France in North Africa is fantastic. You could have 6 units and none of them be the same race. You could have Moroccans, Algerians, French, the Foreign Legion. You could have the French Army. So African French is very wide open. But the same thing for the Commonwealth in the Pacific. You could be all kinds of partisan, jungle fighters. You could have the Gurkhas. You have everyone in there. Basically every island the Japanese took over, those people joined the Commonwealth. It just happened because the Japanese were not nice.
No Poles either. No Polish people
No
yet.
Polish.
Well, yeah, because they're charging fucking tanks on horseback.
They have the Italians.
They do have the
We
Italians.
do have Italian. I don't think we have an Italian player.
Nah, we don't have an Italian yet.
Italians are fanatics also too, so that's pretty good. The black shirts.
True.
A fanatic rule is if you get into hand-to-hand combat, one of the big differences between Action and 40K is hand-to-hand combat is first round win or lose. Whoever kills the most people in that first round wins, and everyone else in that other unit is decimated. However, there are certain factions called fanatics where you have to kill everyone and they keep fighting. The Japanese are all fanatics. The Italians have the black shirt, which is essentially Mussolini's, version of the, SS, which were fanatics as well. And running into people like that suck because, it ties up. It ties up your unit because you fight once and then that's the turn. And then when you go again, you have to do that and you have to activate them for that fight. So
A lot of different unit choices and everything I thought were neat. Germans have Hitler Youth, which is
They do.
interesting.
Wow.
there's
Yeah.
actually a lot of really cool, historically,
Accurate units. So.
they kind of. I mean, they have to push and pull to get it to fit into the framework because that's the one thing is it's a very loose framework of rules. It's you have only 4 types of guns. For small arms, so your units are really this or that or this or that. I mean, it's not a lot of. That's one thing you guys talked about in one of the last podcasts was knowing what your enemy is armed with. And this is the first game where I can look at someone on the table and understand what they're doing without knowing, what they are. I can't tell you how many times Bill's unpacked a Tyranid army, and I'm like, oh, good, that's a Tyranid. I know that guy's a Tyranid. Well, what does he do? He's got wings. Yeah.
Oh,
but
okay.
I mean, but I was never the person to sit. Yeah. I didn't care. I had what I was going to do, and it was always the same forever, whoever I was fighting. And sometimes it worked. Queaver. And most of the time it didn't work, but that's fine. But this game, since there's not a whole lot of, rule options and things like that, it's fairly easy to sit down and pick it up.
And to the cost point, I will say I bought one $40 box of Germans, and I have a 500-point force, which is, like 1,000 points of 40K, basically? Equivalent to?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that's pretty fair. I mean, you need, in order to get the size game that we played in 40K, you'd need at least 3 boxes of stuff.
So, yeah, that's pretty much where we're at with Bolt Action. And I enjoy it.
But yeah, so anyway, the news was that they're doing their campaign. And it's a push to get people to join.
Very cool.
But for the other thing is, if anyone's on the fence about it, I kind of wait. A lot of players think that there's a second edition rule book around the corner. The errata to it's now like 20 pages or so. But I mean, again, it's 20 pages for the rule book, and then all of the quote unquote codexes that they've made.
The army book.
So every army book has we spelled this wrong, or like the Japanese book, they left an option out, so they would put it in the errata. So.
Yeah, the models look nice.
So going into most recent games, I mean, Brian and I talked about ours. Who else played tonight?
I played Sam, actually, in the Adepticon 2015 Patrol Squad rules?
Combat Patrol.
Combat Patrol.
400 points, nothing with more than 2 wounds, nothing with more than 12 armor.
Anything that had more than 2 wounds was brought down to 2 wounds.
Yep.
So those are rules I can get behind.
So, as Tyranids, that was fun for me.
So yeah, just a whole bunch of gaunts and a couple big bugs and some light marines and cultists, and yeah, just quick, fun, 45-minute game.
Yep.
Stuff died real fast.
Nice, easy, quick game.
So you like the rules overall? It was interesting?
Yeah. I thought it was fun. I want to try my Tau with it next time. I think Tau would do really well in that environment.
Okay.
Especially with those long guns.
Yeah.
On a 4x4 table, you touch everything.
Yep. Tyranids are a lot for to do.
That's like playing against the old Tau, where hey, I have fun on that side of the table until you get over here.
Well, Sean, your last match was the finale of the Grand Prix, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Again.
Who's buying the steaks?
So I played against Sam, and final score was 10-4.
Yeah.
And I walked away with the victory. I ran the Cerastus Knight Acheron, and it's just a scary beast. You just don't really know how to fight against it because it's.
I'm bringing a brick next time. You feel it. It's as simple as that.
Make it a cement block.
Yeah. I just built it Thursday. Like, seriously.
You got to use it once.
I got to use it once.
Done.
Oh, and then I played a game against actually Andrew after that, and it did the same exact thing against his Tau.
Yeah.
So
a walker that moves 12 that fires a 17-inch teardrop. Hellstorm teardrop.
How many points is that thing? Just starting.
It was 4. I think it was 445 total because I was able to give it an heirloom.
I just don't.
I mean,
in a 1,500-point game.
See, the good thing is like the way I do the math in my head is I count that for tactical squads, and so I go, oh, good, that's 3 10-man squads with all of the goodies I can slam on them.
And that thing's flamer would have killed all of them.
And I know
squads.
that.
That's 2.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the points are anymore.
3. I'd say
3. Yeah, close.
I figured 200 points for a full tax squad.
It's like 2.5.
Full tax squad's 150. So yeah, 450.
But
plus the war gear, a couple rhinos. Yeah.
The other good thing is I will give you credit because I would never finish building one of those. I'd like the Imperial Knights, fantastic models. I know my modeling ADHD would kick in about waist high, so I would have probably a couple pairs of legs and be like,
if you think that's a pain in the ass, have fun with a Warhound Titan.
Hey, listen,
Which Finished it.
Yeah, you finished my Warhound, and it's done being built and painted. And it's
There's
sitting in
one
my
more to
apartment.
go.
Yay, one more Warhound.
I feel like I'm
7
now.
tubes of glue later.
I feel like I'm now actually a part of the Adeptus Mechanicus. After building that fucking thing.
That's because you've glued a lot of skin to it. So.
Yeah, and there's a lot of resin on my body now that I can't get rid of.
It's there forever.
In my nostrils, the lungs,
That's okay.
Not a
Small
smoker.
I'm
it's
fairly
all-
sure every hobbyist is going to have cancer at some point.
Yeah, just off of
Anyone
resin
who's
alone.
ever glued plastic with super glue knows that there's cancer coming off that.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Listen,
man.
I had fun.
They don't even
was
sell
worth
the
it.
glue I use anymore.
Is it the one that smells like oranges? Yes. Build a model airplane.
Fuck. But yeah, Aaron, what was your last game?
Against Sammy.
Okay.
Wow,
With
so
the new
everybody's
Dark
doing
Everybody
it.
plays-
Like,
Wow. Did you win? Did you stop
Sam.
it?
I
getting
did
around.
not. No.
Oh, sweet. Then that ruins my joke.
I apparently get around. Wow.
Yeah, you do. You're a dirty 40K whore.
Yeah.
Yes,
He's an experienced player.
right. Yes, absolutely.
Everybody
with a
just
wink.
likes playing against chaos, okay?
Absolutely. Well, the biggest thing for me was it was the test run for the new Dark Angels Codex, and
And
it
you're
is
playing heavy Deathwing too, so
It
it's
is.
a huge difference for you.
quite difficult to put in as many Terminators as I own into an army list and be effective. I mean, I have to run 2 scout squads and then throw in everything else that I want, and it was quite fucking sad.
Losing first turn Deathwing Assault is really what I think
Absolutely.
did it for you.
It's
Yeah.
difficult. It's difficult. I
Takes
mean,
your
it
legs off
wasn't
running.
always first turn assault. It was only like the most recent codex that we had the first turn deep strike. I mean, prior to that, you'd stay on the ground.
You're looking at
And-
me like I have any goddamn idea.
And yeah, that was the biggest reason why I chose Deathwing.
I mean, it's still an effective army, I would say.
I
you
can
can walk
only
them on.
I can only actually field this army the way I want it to in planet strike missions.
Or
Really.
2,000-point games, but it's,
Yeah.
it's still not going to come in on turn 1 the way you want it to.
Right.
Unless you
Time to
start
go to
them on the
bikes.
field.
I don't want bikes at all.
Unless
they
you start
just-
them on the field.
did they-
That's the other thing.
Was it a push to eliminate anything with a first turn assault? Because
Well,
this is
you
the same
can't
chain
assault.
of
You
deep strike.
can never assault.
Well, this is the same question I had as the Dreadnought drop pods, where you could assault out of them.
But
Well,
you can
they-
hang
they-
out
they-
inside.
But
of
now
it.
you have to hang out and.
Inside, which is actually, I think, better.
So, I mean, now you got a what is it? A 3-hull point cocoon you can sit in for
Yeah,
a while.
basically.
Yeah, and anything that
Yeah.
when it settles down, anything that's shot behind the Lucius pattern gets a shrouding save.
Yeah, I think
instead
so.
of staying
That's not
inside. So you could deep strike in 2 Lucius pattern drop pods and put another regular pod with a tactical squad behind them.
So the good
That
thing
whole
is
squad
you
has-
could. So I mean, if you're still using the deep strike assault, the drop pod assault rules, then you essentially are opening twice as many pods on turn 2. So I mean, you could, if you had 6, you put 3 on first, 3 on second, and then
Yeah.
if they're dreadnoughts, then everyone would open up on the second turn.
Yeah.
The big thing for Aaron, I think, with his loss
But, yeah.
was not being able to deep strike off the first turn,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
was with the last book. Now you got to try and hole up your scouts for the first turn and bring your guys in next.
And scouts are the only way to go because it's so cheap. Because
They took away your Deathwing as troops, which I think
Right.
there was the big push to get rid of anything that adjusts the force org. And
yeah,
then
but
put up the
with
special
the
rules and
advent of
formations.
Unbound and formations, it's kind of a moot point anymore.
my issue though is the fact that they are not going to be objective secured because they're not troops. That's it. Like that sucks so bad because one, I was able to take so many other extra units as troops, and then I would alleviate that the three elites choices. Like those are my knights or my other terminators. That sucked.
Losing the intimidation factor, being able to deep strike right around your opponent's deployment zone and box them in is a kind of crushing loss.
Oh, absolutely.
So current projects, what are you guys working on right now? Build-wise, paint-wise?
I got under the brush right now a Forge World Nurgle Dreadnought I'm trying to get done before the big Apocalypse game
Nice.
in August, trying to use that to lead my army.
I'm almost solely building bolt action stuff right now. I have an M3A1 American half-track, which I got for a steal on eBay because some moron glued the driver in first before building the rest of the vehicle. And so his dumbness is my game. A couple of Jeeps. I just built a bunch of Japanese that Jared killed, so
Yeah.
pretty good.
I just finished up my Germans because I want to get them out of the way for bolt action. My big push right now is I'm building a lot of BattleTech models for someone that has asked me to do so. Sean's also helping me with that.
Yep.
And then I'm going to be going on to painting them. I'm also painting some of your things also, Sean.
Yeah, just spraying up some
Yeah.
Black Legion.
Plus
to
your,
get 'em
your Land
set up.
Raider and stuff like
And,
that.
yeah, you got my Land Raider on there.
It's mainly other people projects, not so much a lot of my own stuff I'm working on right now, which is fine. Most of my stuff is where I need it to be playable and fine. It's just going to be touch-up stuff whenever I feel like it at that point.
Right now, I'm working on finished up some Night Lords models to get them table ready. Then I'm gonna be using the new Ultramarines upgrade kit to finish up a Ultramarines command squad, which is gonna look really badass. The new apothecary that I'm working on right now is really cool looking. With all the new upgrades for Ultramarines, they just look really sharp.
When are you going to play your Ultramarines again?
We'll see.
Okay.
Who knows?
Okay.
I want to get them sprayed first.
He's done building them.
What he said.
I've got 3 Knights to build. Knight Crusader, another Knight Errant, and a Knight Castigator.
This is me shaking my head.
I know.
Sean's Knight Army is like what everybody's like, oh no.
This is why I hate
This
40K now.
This is
It works like this.
like I don't want to play against that. That was
See, my
everybody's
thing
like.
is, what are you carrying these things in? An APC?
Yeah.
Like, how are you driving them?
No, actually, they do all fit into one just Rubbermaid file container.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that is surprising to me. I have so much trouble transporting 30 tactical Marines without like being anal retentive about all the little pieces that fall off.
And then I also have 2 Storm Eagles to build. And
You have a big list.
about
Sean
50 Chaos Marines
has a problem.
between Terminators and regular
Oh yeah, but no
Marines.
bolt action would be too much for you to get into.
No, I have too many projects going, and that's why I give all my painting to Jared because I have to keep building shit. Because if
get
you
him
look
some
at
bolt
my
action, he'll
closet,
build them too.
it looks like just a game store vomited in there.
It
And
does. Our closet is overpacked with your dumb shit.
yeah,
Stop
and I still have X-Men
buying
stuff,
stuff.
just like all the way up to the top. You know?
X-Wing, that was a game we played one time.
Twice.
Twice? No, I played once.
I would say I started, no one else wanted to play, so I got rid of it. And there was like, hey, why'd you get rid of your stuff? Let's play.
I wanted to play, and then you were like, "Oh, I already got rid of it." I'm like, "Oh, you son of a bitch!"
I had a good deal on trading it, so.
Yeah.
Bill, what are you on?
My big projects, I finished up all my big bugs now, so I'm not painting any of those at the moment. I think my next thing I'm going to go on to finally painting my Knight for my Crimson Fists.
Cool.
It's spreading.
I have one. I have
Look,
one.
Jared has 4.
I know.
I've got 4 built.
It's
I've
like
got
herpes.
I have
3
3
more
built.
built.
I have 3
20.
built. I need
I have
one.
one, and I bought it as a dirty tactic to
They
beat
all-
Sam in the last campaign. we did.
I like a man who's honest. I made this purchase to murder someone.
Just to be a dick.
Listen,
Look, you know what?
Hey,
yeah,
man.
it's the truth.
valid.
Works.
Move
And
on.
we won because of it. I think we were the only Imperial force that won during that like 3-part APOC game.
It was only 2.
Well, no, there's the B group too.
I don't count them.
Okay.
I like B group. I feel like that's the group.
You
I
could
would
have
be in.
painted B group. You could have played in our campaign.
With those
I'd
terribly
love to bring
based
it back, man.
salamanders.
The only salamander army not based on lava.
Ooh,
Based
this
on
must
green
be
stuff.
sturdy ground.
Not for nothing.
Oh,
Listen, they don't fight at home. They go. It's an away team.
great.
Brian Salamanders do look beautiful.
They
And
do.
If he would actually play them, it would be
I'm going to bask in all the praise. Yes, I'm a fantastic.
I don't even
painter.
remember what they look like.
I
to
am
be
a
honest
terrible
with you.
gamer.
I don't know what they look like either anymore. I remember it was nice at one point in time, but I've grown so much since
Don't
then.
you have
Yeah.
any Storm Talons? You could play like
I have one potato.
It's like watching an old movie that you loved when you were a kid, and then you
Yeah.
watch later on, and it's like, this is shit.
I mean, we
Maybe
can make
that's-
assumptions based off his other painting projects that
Well,
they look
Yeah,
good. but-
that they're half done.
even his half done work looked
I
better
know.
than like
It's-
a lot of ours fully painted stuff.
Yeah, every time I see your stuff, it just makes me want to quit.
What? Sam, your stuff's amazing.
I know.
don't even know what you're talking about.
See, this is the thing. I would kill for the ability to stop. And so, like, at the point where it was tabletop, where they say table ready, if I could stop there and not be like, oh, well, how can I not paint his belt buckle gold and then dry brush it, silver another 2 times? Like, that's my problem.
See, and
so people like Sam, and Sam's painting is great, Weaver's painting is great, and you know what else that makes them look great? They're all painted. So my army, there's something to be said about one squad that's fully painted, and then one that has one sergeant that has pants that's painted, and the rest of them are just green.
But those pants
Those
are
pants
gorgeous.
are badass.
They're gorgeous.
Better than anything else on the table.
He's got a laurel painted on his head, and he's just green.
Your troll bloods look amazing.
Airbrush, my friend. Everyone
They
should
look
get an
amazing.
airbrush.
The plaid kilt work.
Again,
The marbling for the stone thrower guys.
the big guys
Yeah,
in the
guys.
case over there.
Yep.
So good with his airbrush, he airbrushed the kilts.
No, I didn't. Let's not talk crazy. But yeah, so
See, the easy way to get around that is when you look at the model, cross your eyes a little bit and blur them, and then you're like,
Take
this
my
is
glasses
amazing. I'm done.
I
And then you
should
set
paint
it
with my
down and walk
glasses
away
on.
for
This
a while.
is perfect. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think again, this goes back to the 40K thing. I'm just done for a while, and I'll be back. I'm always gonna. It's like meth. I'm quitting this time for real.
That's the crowd.
I think the other Brian is the same way. He's just done right now with 40K.
See, the problem is I honestly, I don't like GW. I've never liked GW as a company. They have a fantastic product. And I love the story. I still read Black Library books all the time.
Absolutely.
And the issue is it's hard for me to justify even just buying the rule book again. This will be my 4th rule book. And the last one was at 70. I know,
The
but
dude that says, that's got, 7 Night Titans and 2 Warhound
listen,
Titans?
let's not do anything that might implicate us for the future.
Yeah.
Jail time or anything.
Hey,
But
look,
no,
I'm
I
not
mean,
condoning it.
I like having books.
It's out there.
It's
It's
the
an
same
option.
thing. It's the same as like, RPGs. I like having the book. And
I
I
like
feel
to be
like
able to sit there and
if I'm
actually turn
playing
it
a
in.
game,
Yeah.
I like to have the book because it's part of keeping the game.
Having a
healthy.
hard copy is so much easier, too.
Nothing compares to having the reference there to flip
Yeah,
through.
and I mean, I know everyone's like, oh, you have a Kindle, right? I've never once been able to beat somebody in a race to the page. What page is it? I don't know. My Kindle won't start.
Let me flick my finger 90 times to the right.
My
and
Kindle's
make it to the
dead.
correct
Sorry, I
page.
don't know my rules
Yeah.
anymore.
I'm done.
So, but, I mean...
I guess you win.
But anyway, so yeah. I'll play
You'll
them
come
eventually.
back to playing again, you bitch.
We'll all go back to like War Machine and Hordes. And
Yeah.
We'll be like, I want to play 40K.
Yeah. I still have a circle
I'm
army.
just setting the next trend.
Oh,
And then
right. That's
it's
what
like
you're
I'm
doing.
like a hipster gamer. Once you guys are
Ah.
like bolt action, let's play that. I'm like, fuck that. I'm doing
Actually, you just reminded
Whatever
me
the
of
next
my other
game is.
project.
Star
I
Trek
completely
Attack
blanked
Wing.
on
pike,
for
pike
some
and
reason.
shot.
Ruined for Kano.
Are those Romans? This game sucks.
Wait, did
I'm
you say,
moving on.
was it Pike and Shot? Isn't that the other one? Yeah, let's get in a phalanx.
That's right. I think it's like Middle Ages gaming. I don't
Something
even
like
know.
that. There's a bunch of them that are crazy.
Yeah.
Pike and Shot, I think, is the Renaissance one. right?
Yeah.
I might
yeah,
be
I
at
think so.
Renaissance. That would make sense.
It probably says shot because there's guns. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. They
but
probably
not
have
like
guns.
it's like shot with 2 T's and an E at the end.
like ow, I've been shot.
No, not like shot like
Shotted it. Well, like
Shotted.
old timey,
Shotted.
like ye old barber
yeah,
shop.
exactly,
I've been ye old shot.
exactly.
Anyway, so
Ye old whorehouse. That's a thing, right?
Sure, why not? Sure, it's always a thing. So beyond that, I know something was mentioned, brought up as a topic. Our glorious Bill P gave us the idea. With the new advent with 40K and having 20,000 different things and references and sources from formations to Horus Heresy books to Imperial Armor to your codex, how the fuck do you keep track of all of it?
A complex series of diagrams.
I just carry 5
Like
books
a,
around with
like
me
a
for all
Venn
my armies.
diagram?
Yeah.
I don't. I hope my opponent knows the rules better than I. I bring my phone with my battle scribe on it, and
Yeah, but you're not
Battlescribe
looking
has
at
to be right.
You're not looking at Battlescribe on your phone. You're looking at kitty pictures and
puppies
Reddit.
and kitties deserve my attention on Reddit. All right.
Yeah, we had to very strictly fix the way you said kitty because it could have been taken a
Right.
different way.
Oh,
Yeah, kitty pictures.
kit-
Like I'm looking at some
kitten.
child pornography.
Cats, like
pictures.
cats.
with the T, not the D.
Ugh.
Fuzzy kittens. Kitten mittens.
Kitten mittens.
Is your cat
Oh,
making
Christ.
too
Too
much
much noise?
all the time.
all the time. But yeah, I mean it's a big thing right now with 40K with having 20,000 books. It used to be like you had your codex and the rule book and you're good.
I still don't think it's 20,000. It's 20,000 books. I mean,
Well,
my
I mean, how
Tyranids,
many-
I've got my rule book, my Tyranid Codex, Leviathan, and if I feel like using it, I can break out Bloodstorm.
That's still 4 books for
That's
one
4
army.
books for one army. But I mean, look at Dark Angels. You've got the core rule book and the Dark Angels book.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
this
it.
is the newest one.
Right.
Or an
Yeah.
Imperial Armor book if I wanted to take something
Yeah.
from Forge World.
I'm not counting Imperial Armor stuff to this. But
I don't
usually
think
need
it's-
a page out of it.
The problem is so
Yeah.
much keeping track of like your stuff necessarily like in terms of books and getting into a game, but
He's going to do it.
keeping track of everything that's out there just so you can be aware of what everybody else can feel.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's where stuff like the list of formations on like Blooded Kittens and stuff like that is
Yeah.
super handy.
And trying to figure out if this dude's bullshitting me, or if this is an actual rule somewhere.
Yeah,
the rule
especially
with
with
5 Flyrants can make like a 60-inch AOE psychic blast. That's legit.
It's a
If
thing.
you believe it, it's not a lie.
Right.
Right, yeah, show me the rule. That's pretty much how
I'll
I
write it
play
down on
games.
paper and show
Like,
it to you.
if I'm really like, if I'm not sure, like I'm, there's a lot of speculation. I'm like, yeah, that guy shouldn't have that one thing. I'm like, can you show me the rule so I can see it? Like,
Yeah.
I need to verify.
Well, there's really no way to be sure anymore with all these like limited edition like pack-in data slates and all, everything's digital. You really can't know. It just kind of goes back to what it's always been. It's just taking the other guy on faith that he's not trying to screw you.
And see, I think that's just the way gaming has been. Period. I mean, if you're playing people that, I mean, honestly, if you're playing people that you get that feeling from, you're like, this guy is totally full of shit. You just don't play him anymore. You avoid him, and then everyone kind of congregates to people that they're going to trust. And I think that's kind of what the idea is that the ecosystem will sort itself out. But I understand it's hard. I can't imagine trying to keep track.
Absolutely.
I couldn't keep track of it when it was my army and your army, or my army and yours. That's why I liked fighting Space Marines, because I knew what they had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does make it a little simple that way.
Yeah.
New kit stuff. I did want to say, since we have Sammy, our Chaos God here, Cast Night Titan.
Yeah, this might be what finally gets me to buy one of those.
Told you it spreads.
ridiculous.
It's like herpes. If it's Slanesh, it is herpes.
Yeah.
No, if it's Nurgle, it's herpes.
Yeah.
If it's Slanesh, it gets you herpes.
Yeah.
It's teamwork.
It brings you to the doorstep of herpes.
There you go. And you do play Nurgle, so this is kind of a herpes for
I
you.
will say it's a very pretty model.
It
It's
is very
pretty.
nice. Honestly, I'm more inclined to just buy a regular plastic one and go nuts with green
Well, I
stuff.
mean, yeah. We talked about it a little bit on Facebook too. I mean, if you have the ability to get a regular one and modify it, there's no looking
Go
back.
nuts.
But
Yep.
it's the option. I mean, GW knows that some people just are not going to do that, and they'll spend the money,
Yeah.
and that's
It's-
fine.
it's
But
a
yeah,
nice
I mean,
kit.
if you have the talent, because there's no reason an Imperial Knight is beautiful, and if you are talented enough, you're only going to make it better, and
And
even
making
if
it
we talked
unique.
about it before, just gluing spiky bits on it. I remember when the Chaos Rhino was $10 more expensive than the regular one.
Because it
and
came with that extra sprue.
it came with the one sprue. And so every single person I know took a Space Marine Rhino, took sprue, and then went, these are spikes.
It's still my favorite sprue in the game. It's just fantastic.
Spiky bits.
It's great little spiky fences.
And the little spiky bit
But they
things that you
always
basically
broke.
put on
They
the trailer
broke.
pack.
That's exactly
Oh,
right.
it broke. So they
It
just
looked
have
like-
one spike left on each.
You would have
battle
one
damage.
corner that was
It's battle
spiky.
damage.
The rest looked like it had rakes glued to it.
Yep.
But that one left would stab the shit out of you
Oh,
whenever
true.
you try
That
to
is
move
true.
it.
Good thing it was metal because we would all have tetanus or lead poisoning back
Reminds me
then.
of like Jeff K's army, his Zinch army.
Oh, with
Everything.
the needles?
He actually went through with thumbtacks and drilled them through. Oh my god!
Spiky bits.
It's like the car in the Mad Max movie, the latest one. I'm like, oh, good. This isn't going to make me sick touching this thing. I hope you
No.
don't mind blood on the table because that's happening.
Speaking of plastic kits, actually, I did see rumor, also for Chaos, plastic Lord of Change model.
That's very exciting.
That could
It
be
sounds like there's going to be a small Zinch window sometime after this Age of Sigmar
Yes, they're
stuff.
looking at September, from what I understand, as a small Zinch release. I don't know if it's a Demonkin thing. That would be cool.
Be neat. It sounds like based on previous rumors, there might be a clam pack plastic sorcerer. That would be nice. There hasn't been a new one of those in ages. I don't think
No.
I think you've just pretty much just stuck to the old metal ones.
The only one that I can remember is the plastic Terminator sorcerer. That's it.
Yeah, that's
Well, there's that one sorcerer in the Execution Force box. But that's an older model.
the Terminator sorcerer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not a bad kit, it's just a little plain. So a new Zinch themed one would be great.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be awesome. Any plastic kit for anything,
I mean,
is generally a good thing. Since
If-
they're not doing metals.
if they
I hate
if they
fucking resin kits.
yeah, the resin's awful. But if they can hit I saw that look.
I didn't say anything. I'm waiting for it.
But if they could do a plastic Thousand Suns kit, that would be.
Oh man,
Fantastic.
actually,
Absolutely.
that's like the most underserved model kit I think that.
I would
40K
see that and the
Absolutely.
Berserker. The Berserker, I don't think has
Berserker
changed
needs an
since-
update.
Yeah,
Right.
well,
Third
see, but I
edition.
mean,
At
if
least
you-
they're plastic.
If you
True.
count every person that has a Thousand Suns army, you have to like. If you see somebody, you have to like shake their hand because you know they've spent at least $1,000 in metal heads, and you're like, you are a moron. But congratulations for the determination.
That's like
Well
walking-
done.
That's like walking into a Sisters of Battle play.
Or yeah, Sisters of Battle, or someone with
Out there.
Death Watch army. I'm like, I don't know how. Did you mortgage something to make this?
Do you just lift weights when you're at
I
home?
sell a
What do
lot
you
of
do?
blood.
Like my old school
At least
Necrons.
Sisters, you can buy the individual miniatures and they're done.
Yeah.
The Thousand Suns, you got to buy the box of Chaos
Hey,
Space Marines.
I know you just bought a. I know you just bought a box of Marines. Why don't I tack this $25 on there for you?
Throw all those other torsos and heads away.
It's like
buy this other
undercoating on
kit.
the car.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know,
that.
if that would be, I think, and now with the state of the plastics, I think those would be amazing pieces. They would be beautiful.
Absolutely.
Tell you what, though, there are a lot of great third-party Thousand Sun
Yes.
kits out
See,
there.
and that's one of the things, though, and it's kind of the chapter house thing all over. There's a gap in what's being supplied, and people were immediately there to fill it. So I mean, it is a lot more different. I mean, you have all the resin manufacturers now coming in, but it used to be when you could buy individual bits off the GW
yeah.
website.
Yeah.
See, and if I were to do Thousand Suns, I would go with those third parties because all I would do is I'd go like they have these Egyptians helmets.
Everybody has those.
There's a
You
ton
can
of new Egyptian
yeah.
games too, like people making
They
plastic
look so awesome.
Egyptian themed games. And yeah, I mean there would be no reason to be like
You could do one squad all jackal heads, one
Yeah.
squad all cat heads, one squad all like eagle heads.
hawk
it's like the
Yeah.
jokers
Just so
that
you
always
can-
put lizard heads on their salamander terminators.
Right.
I found some cold one models. I'm going to use these.
The one of the other things that we just saw this past week was the new model for Perturabo
Oh
and
yeah,
Lord Commander Eidolon.
always
nice.
beautiful.
Those look
always
gorgeous.
beautiful.
All the Forge World
Absolutely.
single character models like that are incredible.
Yep.
A lot of people were saying that they liked the Eidolon model without the bare head. They would like the Eidolon model with
The
the
armored
the
head.
armored
Actual
helmet.
helmet.
That's a lot cool. It actually looks more regal than him with a
Again,
bare head.
one of the beauties is the option is there.
Absolutely.
So that's something that's been fantastic.
Magnets, how do they work?
Magic. But I mean, not a single one of those kits that I've seen is
Hasn't
bad.
pleased.
Nope.
Yeah,
Not
they've
one.
all gone.
And
above
they've done a
beyond.
fantastic job of like the scale. Everyone's scaled very well together. You know, they're not sculpting those in a vacuum. You know whoever's working on it now is looking at everyone else and looking at the next ones too. So that
Plus,
they
they
know.
have those scenic bases that they can all
Oh,
fit
they're
into.
beautiful.
Yeah,
The
the,
base
the
is
little
excellent.
and the parts where they hide, your actual
Base.
gaming base. That's, I mean, again,
It's a
for
showpiece
what you're
and
paying,
and it's a tabletop.
for what
piece,
you're paying,
so-
there's even for the price of that model, I think that is a fantastic model, and there are very few Forge World bargains. But I would say, if you're going to buy something from them, that would be
the any
Yep.
of the Primarchs.
Any of the
pick your Primarch and get him, and then paint it and love him and put him on the shelf and say, and have all your other ones turn and face it, so they're all your
They'll all
Marines are
pray
looking at
into
it.
it.
Just stare at him. Woo!
Most of them are dead or disappeared, but get two and paint one like a statue.
There you go.
That would
So-
be excellent. Great idea.
I'm thinking ahead right there.
Now, other big rumor thing is supposedly fall is all about 40K.
Yep.
For Games Workshop. I haven't really seen much for what they're thinking about actually releasing, other than there's
all
the
rumor
little
and
Siege
speculation.
thing. Yeah.
Well, you got to watch out. They had that giant fake rumor.
Oh,
thing
the
go
alert.
down.
the fake rumor that no one knew about until Bowles said something. Yeah.
It's a new Sisters plastic box
Oh,
set. I
no.
heard that.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Let Sisters get a fucking paperback book first.
Shut up.
Exactly.
Complain. Then what are they going to do? Are they actually going to play?
No.
My
Speaking
sister
of that,
What?
Speaking about paperback books, actually, there was an order snafu here where we actually, I think,
In the basement?
try and get in paperback codexes.
Yeah,
He did.
paperback codexes.
Yeah, complete like through. They're like, oh, why?
We didn't even know that they were
cheaper
they
codex.
Wait, like newer ones?
Newer codexes that were
Yeah,
in
they're released.
paperback.
They started that a while ago. They did it with
Yeah.
Imcar.
Yeah.
The secondary
Sorry,
release.
Astra Militarium.
It's not Astro. It's Imperial Guard.
Okay.
Fuck
It's
that.
Imperial
No.
Guard, son.
First time here, I wasn't sure which one we were going.
We're
by.
going IG because
Okay.
we like that.
You can say the funny name if you run the Torox thing. Then-
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
because you're an
The
idiot.
Brinks truck.
Yeah. I painted all my guys to look like Brinks guys. It looks pretty good.
They'll have baseball caps and a vest.
And they have to. They cannot stop from where they're going, or else they get in trouble with their boss.
You're off the schedule, son.
You're off
fired.
schedule.
You're fired.
Your drawer was short.
So, what do you guys think for fall? What do you think the big releases will end up being then?
I think it's just gonna be tons of chaos.
Somebody says
Super
squats
chaos.
are getting stabbed right now.
It's
I'm
going to be
keeping
the
my
super
fingers crossed
secret
for Gene Stealer Cole.
Age of Sigmar 40k tie-in book.
Yeah, it's gonna be stunties.
Scrunts.
I didn't. It's scrunts. I didn't say it.
Scrunts.
It's scrunts.
Did you say Age of Sigmar
40K tie.
40k tie-in?
Oh, son, if you don't think Age of Sigmar is 20k, you're in denial, sucker.
What was the big thing they were calling on? Like Age of Sensei? Supposedly that they were going to push 40k close to the Age of Sigmar. They
Yeah.
call it Age of Sensei.
Oh wait,
What?
Yeah.
digging deep into the Rogue Trader history.
Yeah.
Deep cuts.
Hey, you know what I like in my books? Pencil art. Rogue Trader's the game for you, son.
And a whole bunch of faces of dudes look like they're having constipation issues.
We talked about
or
this
something.
before, that Rogue Trader, artists were all on LSD, so
Absolutely.
Was there more than one, or was it just John Blanche? Because
I'm pretty sure they were...
It was John Blanche
yeah.
in different forms.
Yeah.
John Blanche doing different drugs.
Here's John Blanche on acid. Here he is on PCP. And peyote.
Can you make a
Hey.
scout
Here's
model?
Coke.
Sure. Can he scream like a psychopath? Sure. Why not?
Give him a mohawk. No, just shave half his head.
No, you saved that
Give
for
him
next
half a
month.
mohawk.
Yeah, yeah. What is this?
What
House
potion we
Alonzi?
have? What potion do you
Matt
have? Can you
Donna.
stick both his guns in the air like a nutcase? Yes.
Like a drunken cowboy.
Yes. Ah!
That's my scummer. I just bought him at the trading post. Yeah, he rocks a plasma pistol, guys. There you
He
go.
likes to shoot it randomly in the air.
For what's coming out? I mean, where are you guys at? What didn't come out in 6th?
All of them came out.
Sisters.
Really? Besides Sisters. Listen, we've all given up on that train. That train's never coming.
I mean, you got Chaos as the big push next, obviously. I think
Yep.
that's the obvious
Oh,
direction.
dude, I think, that makes sense.
Chaos.
Then you have
It's gonna be a
Tau,
big one.
Astra Militarum.
Astral Militarim's not getting a new codex.
You don't think they will?
No, they just got one.
It's been a little while.
Space Marines just got one.
Yeah, Space Marines is going.
Just
Maybe we'll see
going.
another Space Marines thing.
We'll probably see another
A new
Space Marine
Space Marine
within
codex.
like 4
Part
months.
2, what? Electric Boogaloo. But Chaos
Maybe
makes
get
absolute
another
sense
Orcs.
because you know what's going to be happening. People are going to be getting that Age of Sigmar box, and they're going to be using all of those
All
Chaos
of those
models.
I think you're
Chaos
gonna see
models
Chaos
I
anyway.
want.
Demons too. I mean,
Yep.
why not?
Yeah,
Makes sense.
They're going in the direction of the Demonkin sets.
Yeah, I mean the Chaos Codex was what, the first, second,
Yes.
6th edition Codex. So
Yeah.
it's about time.
Yeah.
But their release schedule is so crazy now. Who even knows?
Yeah.
Dude,
Anything.
I will say that for someone who was very, just in the tail end of, 5th and then 6th, I'm like, this is breakneck for the stuff that,
Yeah.
I
Because
was
remember
used
how
to.
long it took the
Yeah.
3rd edition Dark Eldar to get a new book?
Yeah.
And
It's
then
like 11 years.
and now it's like,
Maybe
we'll
their
just
next
release
month.
something every other week.
I think it's like 4 presidents. I think it's easier to measure in how many U.S. presidents between your Codex releases.
Are we counting 2-term or 1-term?
We might as well do 2 terms.
Okay.
Yeah. Go for the long haul.
How many
So this
pushes?
is Obama 2, and
Wait a minute, I take this back. That was much more complicated. I know a lot of people that can't go back farther than the last 2.
oh gosh.
But yeah, I mean, I still think that. I know they're saying big Sigmar push now.
Huge Sigmar push.
But I
It's
mean-
disgusting.
But they
actually,
almost
how big
have
the
to though,
Sigmar
because they
push
have all those other.
Well, I mean, look at
that
how
yeah.
much how much is invested in whether it's that
Yeah.
stupid statue change.
That
At the
was
headquarters.
just
That was
amazing
dumb.
hubris from GWHQ.
The problem is like on the outside,
Vaginal hubris, for the record. Vaginal hubris.
they from the outside looking in, you're like, That's a bold choice.
That is a bold
I mean,
move.
and the good thing was
Sigmar!
it was the old Space Marine with the shoulder pads that went up to his eyeballs.
Yeah.
But the bolter with the bullets that were as big as a fist. Those were
Right,
the bolters that
goddamn
were
World of
good.
Warcraft character.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean,
Make Sigmar one of the Primarchs.
the Emperor is what the answer
Yeah,
you're groping for.
yeah, because they're making him. Has anyone actually read into the backstory? It's batshit
I
crazy.
looked
I
at it,
glanced.
and the problem is I had the barest knowledge. I played Fantasy Orcs before I even got into 40K, and that was 3rd edition. So I mean,
it's definitely not grimdark by any means, because the good side has just as much capability and options as the bad side in terms of story and 11th
Well, I
hour.
don't know.
They've got the Emperor.
The good guys are all like zombies that have been returned from. the
but
realm
don't
of the dead.
know. If you read the new book now, they're more like Thousand Sons, where they're just animated armor. But every time you kill them and they go back to their demi-plane and they come back, they lose a little bit of themselves.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
They're more
that you know
machine
that
than
already.
bad.
Listen, dude, I'm into this because I hope it fails, and I'm going to cackle my ass off like a maniac. Only because I don't like GW. But that's fine. And, that statue, I'm going to get it on eBay when they put it up.
Oh yes.
It's going in front of my house.
So, beyond that, new events coming up?
Yeah, we're pretty much done any events for summer since we just finished up the BWG War Master Grand Prix. We're thinking about doing a single elimination one-day tournament.
Was that the team tournament thing?
No, then we're going to do a team tournament as well.
Okay.
And probably have one in September and one in October. Just to get people to come on down. And I think we're going to charge for it because I think we want to do a little bit of a fundraiser for our podcast. So we want to try to get our equipment a little bit better quality than what we're using right
if
now.
you'd like to listen to us not from a fucking cell phone and the possible bleeps that you might have heard in between, which I apologize for, this will help us so you can hear us
We're
clearly.
getting a bleep machine?
Goddamn bleep machine.
I'm going to be on the bus.
All right, listen. If we're getting new technology, I want a hologram machine. All right?
No.
On
It's not
radio.
gonna
Yeah, on
help
radio.
for-
That makes perfect sense. We're getting YouTubes.
We're
Guess
getting
what?
YouTube, man.
I just got a hologram machine. Ooh.
No,
It's working.
This is just a weird Scooby-Doo thing where I get to pretend to be a ghost. I want us to be doing battle reports in holograph. It'd be awesome.
I don't think-
Holograms. Don't listen to
Holograms.
him. He's an idiot.
This man does not represent me.
Just because he's my brother doesn't mean I share the same views as him.
It's because he's a twin.
He's
So
a
that-
moron.
that
See,
being said-
when it works, you're twins. When it's
Yeah.
terrible ideas, he's just my brother.
He's just my brother.
He's an awful human being. Not by blood.
I do
God,
not know
that's
that.
weird.
Adoption, mostly.
Clone.
Yeah, I told him.
Have you seen the movie Multiplicity?
I like
he
pizza.
tries to put pizza in a wallet. Saving it for later.
So that being said, real quick list, ender segment. Change a rule. Any specific rule.
Any game system.
Any game system.
Any game
Change
system?
the bolt action, buddy.
You want me
So-
to answer first?
Yeah, you go
Yeah,
first.
go
First,
with all that.
easiest answer is repricing LMGs in squads. Right now, for reference, a foot soldier in an infantry squad is 10 points. They give you an LMG, the Hitler's buzzsaw, things like that. So it's 4 shots for Germans, 3 shots for everyone else.
Yeah.
They cost it the same as buying 2 other guys, so you could shoot 3 guys and still move and everything. It's cost it 20. It should be 5. It's the number 1 user rule, and I think it's the simplest one to change.
Yeah, I think it's a big house rule from what I was talking
Oh
about.
man,
Garrett offline.
nobody plays it at 20 points. It's ridiculous. So
Yeah, when you can actually get more guys into a spot.
yeah, I mean you could just put 2 guys on the field with you and then have the same amount of shots.
Anyone else?
Actually, me, Sam, and Bill P. were talking about this earlier. Synapse for Tyranids. Please, GW, ignore everything Brian's saying about hating you. Fix that rule.
Sell me that statue, suckers.
Aaron, I think the Age of Sigmar stupid ass rules where it's, what is it? You can talk to your model
models?
and get a reroll and dumb shit like that.
Those aren't real rules.
Those are heinous.
Those rules
Those
are
are-
for
And
squares.
if those are in the book,
Which, by the way,
somebody
we
needs
should
to
start
get punched
calling
in the
old
mouth.
They're saying no
Fantasy
rules in
players.
the. It's not a
Squares.
rule book.
really,
There's no rule book.
They're
There's
saying
like a
it is
full-page
a
PDF.
It is a fluff book
Wow.
with scenarios in it.
Look, it's good to show contempt for your audience, and that's exactly what they've done with that.
No, see, and yeah, I mean, we've talked about this many times. That is, hey,
GW
we
has
made
no
these
love.
rules so you could use your old models, you fucking crybabies. And so, but in order to do that, hey, you're gonna have to talk to your models.
You're gonna have to
And
look like
you
an
know,
asshole.
most people are gonna ignore it, but I swear, you're gonna go to a tournament. They're gonna have tournaments, and there's gonna be one guy that says, "Well, you kneeled because you dropped $1 out of your wallet. You're done. That's the end of the game." And you're not gonna have a leg to stand on because GW thought that was hilarious.
yeah, because you can't bend down at all.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
one guy
There's
who's
a
a
rule.
rule that you can't kneel during the game if you use it.
I do
Okay.
like the dwarf rule that if your beard is longer than your opponent's beard, you get bonuses.
And
to
we
hit.
talk about why women don't want to play war games. Unfair.
Right.
Sexist.
That's it. A woman that plays a dwarf army just needs to pack a fucking beard with her.
A fake
Just
beard.
like a fake
Like a
Santa
fake
beard.
Yeah, done.
Yep.
That person is insane.
Sammy?
This hypothetical person is crazy.
Yeah, just because I'm old school, you can assault out of vehicles. That's what I would like to see. Assault ramps just count as frag grenades, and you can assault out of any vehicle. Fixes all my problems with 40k. No,
Even
not
if they're-
not at all. But that would,
That's a step in the right direction for you.
Well, if you assault on a vehicle, it's like -1 to your assault distance. Because,
Or you strike
let
last.
let it be a disordered charge.
yeah, something just to give you that opportunity. That makes perfect sense.
I would love to assault out a deep strike, but that's just because I would need that for my Deathwing. But, whatever.
Yeah, that kind of limited his.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, I've been waiting for last to see if I could think of something, but and I know I can. I know there's plenty of shit I would love to change, but for the life of me, can't think of anything right now.
How about scout bikers being troops? I would love to ever.
That
see
makes sense.
That'd be fun.
People still use scout bikes?
I have
No.
2 scout I'm the only asshole with them.
Oh, good. Well, at least that's not changed. So I feel a little better.
I would love to go back to, and I know it's never gonna happen. I just don't like the allies. I'd like to go back to having
Yeah.
a single book and being like, this is my book, this is my army. I don't need the biggest thing that irritated the shit out of me is looking at some, and I know it's tournament scene, but looking at some of these tournament winners, and the list is a fucking travesty. Like, it's 4 demon princes from one book, 3 from another book, maybe some Tyranids and orcs, and it's a chaos.
And an
Space Marine
Imperial
army.
Knight.
Oh, they got
Because-
Eldar
why
in there
not?
too. They got Eldar.
Because
in
I
there.
could take it as a Lord of War.
Yeah,
I'll give it
it's
to you.
bullshit. It's bullshit and it's stupid. And for a modeling company that wants to somehow stress some idea of fluff,
Well,
it's
no,
they broke it all
because
apart.
it's a modeling company, and that sucker bought a bunch of models.
yeah,
Yep.
not necessarily. It's a couple of big ass models. They didn't. I think
That's
buying
what they're gonna
expensive
do.
books.
That's
That's
fine.
all they're gonna do. Is they're just gonna make
I
you
would
buy
just
more
love to go back to.
Did he get books with those
Having a
models?
single-
Probably.
Yeah.
This is my codex. There are many
It-
codexes like it, but this
So
codex
this
is
is
mine.
mine. Yeah.
It was nice to go to a games day or a GT and see, okay, that guy has the Deathwing army,
Yeah.
and
Look,
it's nice.
This
Hang on.
guy's a chaos
Just-
space
just
marine
since we're
player.
talking about-
awesome.
Since we're talking about rules, though, so we're complaining about the ability to take whatever you want, and then the Age of Sigmar
I
is
don't have a problem with it.
take whatever you want and no points, right? So I mean, is there a difference? You
Well,
know-
see, I'm saying you shouldn't be able to take whatever. the
No,
fuck
I
you
know,
want.
but I mean, I'm just telling you that that's the direction.
Yeah.
And
That's
Take
why I
whatever
just
you
play
want.
all
Personally,
armies that are
I
come the
like-
apocalypse allies.
I like the idea
I
of being
don't-
able to take a Space Marine army and then take an assassin, take an Imperial Knight,
But-
and take a small detachment
Yeah.
assisted battle. if
You've
you want.
never
Why
been
not?
able to enforce fluff. When I started
Yeah.
playing, I played a fluffy salamander army, and my win record was 0. I never won because people were playing Tau and Necrons. And you know what I did? I got shot to shit.
I would
Because-
say stricter ally rules,
But-
that like a stricter allied matrix.
But you're
Make
already
more
unbound.
negatives to come the apocalypse allies. and
Well,
things
right,
like
you
that.
can go unbound,
But
but,
then-
the allies rules still at least apply.
Yeah.
There's too
Yeah.
many benefits to
Yeah,
having battle
that's my
brothers.
rule change. Stricter ally matrix.
And-
Make it more of a hassle to become to the apocalypse.
To be honest, though, the what shot you to shit was the old school wave serpent from the Eldar from there.
It was always the devilfish, the Tau tanks.
With its
man.
with its one burst cannon.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I had 0 fast attack, and
You had some bikers, didn't you?
You could
The
have one.
ironclads were good as shit.
You
though.
could have one bike.
Back in the,
But that was when drop pods spent most of the time crashing off the table because the only people that took drop pods were insane. So it was a Rhino rush, and then you got out and you're like,
Dude,
oh hey,
my revilers, they ran Rhino Rush.
Well, as a finale, as usual, we cast a grudge from our grudge stone onto some helpless, useless asshole. I have a grudge if no one else does.
Oh, who do you got?
My grudge is, and it's awful because none of these people have ever done any wrong by us, and they're probably glorious, wonderful human beings. My grudge is against any other wargaming group with the same fucking name as us.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Not a
they use
fan.
they use the same exact description in their introduction video.
And you know what? Probably beautiful people, and
They're Canadian.
They're Canadians.
I'm pretty sure they're
well, then
Canadian.
fuck them if they're Canadian. Sorry.
I hope they're listening.
Fuck you, Canada. Sorry.
do they speak English in Canada?
No.
Wait.
Sometimes.
Occasionally. I
So-
know one or two.
So that's my grudge. People that have the same fucking name as us. I know it's awful, but you know, fuck them.
And also groups that have the same initials as us.
Yeah,
Fuck
fuck
that,
that.
too. Because you know what? We're the only BWGs around here.
Damn right.
Don't come to our
Suck it.
friends' tournaments and
a-
have the name BWG on your shirts like assholes.
Yeah.
That's for us.
Yeah,
the
we're
BWG
those assholes.
We're the assholes.
We're the assholes in the
Hey.
BWG shirts, not you.
Bullshit.
That's good because I was going to say you were my grudge, so that's fine.
Oh, okay. Why? Because I
I'm
fucking
gonna beat
slaughtered you?
I'm gonna beat the shit out of those Germans with the assault rifles. They're
That's all right. I'll wipe your army again.
Marines won't be fucking around this time. We got shotguns, baby.
Yeah, you gotta get in close to shotguns. I'm 24
Not
at
that
range.
close.
Well, that will about do it. I want to thank everyone for coming out. I want to thank everyone for listening.
Thank
and,
you.
We'll
Titties!
hear you again another time. See you, fuckers.
Fuck your mom.